What is up? We are back on the $1 Million Challenge where I start with $1. I'm trying to get 1% profit every single day until I get to $1 million. Right now, we're sitting on day 446 of this challenge, where our total capital is sitting at $7,312. Pretty much the only change since last episode, I know sports bets. The crypto portfolio with Bitcoin and XRP went up about $45. And then the stock market portfolio stayed flat just because it was the weekend. This is back from April 5th. Like I said, we know sports bets for the day. So our 1% profit goal should be $73. Our 4% stop loss is $292. And we had $8 in bonuses between the different apps I use and different websites. So because of that, because Bitcoin and XRP went up and we had some bonuses, $8 worth, we only need to get $50 in profit today on the website to reach our 1% profit goal for the day. So we're hopping to the website and see if we can get $50 in profit. All right, so we're coming into the website here. We're gonna run some Keno. I have our 4% stop loss pulled out. We have our live stats pulled up, and let's move this up a little bit so you can see those multipliers down there. We've been running this strategy recently for the past few episodes. It's been really profitable. Last episode, I made like $1,300, almost $1,400 off this strategy. A pretty crazy hit with the 500x on a $2.86 bet. 86, I think. Yeah, 286. I don't know. We hit $1,400. It's pretty sick. So watch that video if you haven't already. But we're gonna run it back today. So the way this strategy works, it's not my strategy. This is from Dre. He's a YouTuber. I'll leave a link to his video in the descrition to give him credit because I'm not taking credit for this. But all we do is we take our balance here that we're using for the day. We divide that by 4,000. So that's our starting bet on Keno. So for me, it's gonna be 7 cents today. And then the first part of the strategy is medium risk, and then we do on win, we increase by 0.5%. On loss, we just increase by 0%. And then our stop on profit and stop on loss will be 100 times our base bet. So for us, that'll be $7. And that's it. We select, with medium risk here, we're actually gonna select 8 squares, just like that. And then, if it busts, we'll adjust it and then like readjust it. So we're gonna run this for now. We're gonna start this auto bet and keep instant bet on. So we'll let this run. If this makes $7 in profit, it'll stop. If it makes $7 in losses, it'll stop. But either way, if we hit the profit goal, we're good. If we hit the stop loss on this part of the strategy, then we'll just adjust it and I'll show you what to do after that. Couple points in the beginning of this video, just because probably a little bit quicker than usual. I'm going on vacation next week, so I'm trying to save up some days in my sheet so I can like pre-record videos while I'm on vacation. So the next like 6, 7, 8 videos might be like pretty short compared to usual because I'm gonna be doing like 1 to 2 days of playthrough probably, just so I can stack up some days to record. And then after I come back from vacation, I'll probably have a bunch of days to catch up on, so the videos will be longer, probably towards like May. We'll have a bunch of like longer videos. So that's the plan for now, just to give you guys a little bit of heads up. And then at the end of this video too, I'm gonna talk to you about some portfolio changes with our stock market account, our investments, because we had that big win last episode. So I'm gonna show you what I did with that money and how we like redirected that. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in like the analytics and the investment side. That'll be at the end of the video. I'm gonna speed this up until it either profits or busts. So I'll be back in a second. All right, so it did stop. We're gonna adjust it now. So whenever it loses, we're gonna move on to the second stage. So we're gonna increase the bet size from 7 cents to 14 cents. We're gonna double that up. We're gonna go to high risk. We're gonna add 2 more squares here. So we have 10 total. And then we're gonna change this to 0% increase on win, 1% increase on loss. And then we're gonna change our profit and stop loss to 100 times our base bet. And then we're gonna run it. Same thing. If this profits, we'll just reset the whole strategy. If it hits the next stop loss, we'll adjust it again and keep pushing. So when we do it with the high risk version, this is also the one I hit the 500x on, by the way. So this is where the bangers come in. We can get some big wins. You can see we're already getting some good wins here. But this one increases a lot faster because you're doing 1% on each loss. There's more losses, so the bet size gets pretty big pretty quick. So we'll speed this up and see if we can make some profit on it. All right, so it hit the profit goal. So we got $10 total in profit. We were really shooting for like $7 total in profit on this whole strategy. So now we're just gonna reset it. We're gonna go back to how we originally had this set up and just keep running it. That's the whole game plan. So worked out pretty good. Got an extra $3 in profit based on what we were shooting for there. Go back to 7 cents and we will run this back. And we'll take off 2 squares here back on medium risk. So we're just gonna reset and try to just keep doing this until we get to $50 total in profit. So we'll just keep running through it. But that's the game plan for today. So I know a little bit boring, a little bit slow, but it's been working. With this strategy is not busted yet. So I'm just gonna keep running it until I really don't like it anymore. Probably once I get a few losses on it. So we'll just hope we keep getting wins on it and hopefully hit these giant multipliers. This is what happened last episode. It felt pretty darn good. So hoping we can hit that again soon. I'm not expecting it, but that's the best case scenario. So I'll be back in a few. All right, so it did bust. We're gonna go up to 14 cents here, just double our base bet, go to high risk, add 2 more squares, and then we'll do 0, 1%, 14, 14, and we'll rip it. All right, so the second stage busted. We're going to increase this to 28 cents. We're gonna increase the bet size by 2, go back to medium risk, and then go down to 8 squares, change this back to 0.5%, this to 0, and then 28, 28, and not 280, 28. Okay, so we'll start that up, and this is where the bets start to get pretty big. So we're on the 3rd progression now. Once we hit the 3rd, 4th, 5th, it starts to get pretty crazy. So we'll see what happens from here. All right, so it did stop. I'm not sure why, because it definitely didn't go the whole way down. We were much lower. I think it just kind of glitched out. So I think what we'll do is just accept that as like a loss and then just increase the bet size again, which is probably pretty aggressive. But I'm thinking if like realistically we didn't hit that full stop loss, we have like more balance to work with. We probably would have hit the stop loss anyways, just because we were like stuck in that bottom section there. So I don't know, it's probably a little bit risky, but I think instead of just like reset the bet, because if we go down another 28 bucks, then it's gonna chip away at the balance more. So I think I'm just gonna run with this. I think we're gonna do this. So we're gonna set that up, and this is where the bet size gets pretty crazy. So we'll keep an eye on this, but this could get kind of sketchy pretty quick because the bet's gonna increase really fast. It's gonna increase 1% every time we lose. Although it's starting to cook pretty early here, but yeah, it's starting to go back down again. Yeah, this is very volatile, so we'll see how this ends up. Either way, this one will either pay out really good or will be down a decent amount of money here. So we'll see how it turns out, but we'll be back in a few. All right, so I busted pretty quick. We're gonna go up to $1.12 now. And we're starting pretty close to busting overall. So we'll see how this goes though. I mean, those obviously can switch up really fast and come back. So we'll see what it does, but we're gonna go up to 112 here. 112 and go back to medium risk. 8 boxes and we'll run it. So if we bust here, whoa, we just hit like a 67x off a rip. That was a crazy comeback. All right, maybe this will come back. We're already pretty high in profit. That's all it takes though, is like one hit, man, and it will pull you back. We're in a bigger bet size too. I think we're trying to target $14 in total profit, or 24, I think. Or no, we're trying to profit 17, I think, because we were at $10 when we started this. So we're pretty close. If we can get a couple wins here, we might be able to pull this through. We'll see though. All right, we're in profit pretty good. I'm not sure why this hasn't stopped. I don't know how bad we were down coming into this, but It is cooking. I don't know what our profit goal is. So we were down here. I don't know what we were at. I'm trying to think. I can't hit that because it's moving. We were down. I feel like $112 profit should have hit where we were at. Right? I should have just stopped it, honestly. Instead of just letting it go. Because we were up to like 30 bucks in profit. I think we should have been. I think it should have stopped. We're just trying to figure out. We were down 65 bucks. So I guess this is trying to profit. Yeah, I probably didn't need to go that high though, because I did stop the one strategy pretty early. Yeah, I think I kind of messed that up. I should have just stopped it when it was up 30 bucks, because that was definitely more than we needed. I think we should have been aiming to be at to a total profit of like $17. So I did kind of screw that up. I thought it was going to stop on its own though, that's why I just let it ride. We'll see. If it gets close though, I might just stop the auto bet. I'll keep an eye on it. The bet's already at like $2. It's pretty big. Just need like another couple big hits to get back up there, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's starting to tank. I definitely should have stopped it. That's my bad. I didn't think about that from where we were at. I think this, like, the way I have it set up now, it would stop on $60 of profit, but we definitely didn't run all the strategies the whole way through for us to need to do that much. So it is my bad, but I think it's a little bit too late. We'll just kind of rock with it, see if we can bring it back. And then if this does bust, we will just try to do the next progression. So I'll be back in a second. Hopefully this comes through. All right, crazy comeback. I think we were actually up a little bit higher, but I had to stop it. I was a little bit late on stopping it. So we did hit $28 in profit, so we are making some progress, but dang, that was getting pretty big bets. We were up to $4 there. So yeah, the last couple of bets there, we had like, yeah, what, $44 twice in a row, $15. I kind of caught us back, and we lost like another $12. So we were like $40 in profit, but I didn't stop it in time, so it's all right. We'll take it though. We're definitely successful on that strategy. So we're gonna reset back to the base bet of 7 cents and just keep repeating this. I know this is going pretty slow. I know I'm speeding this up for you guys, but for me it's going really slow. So let this go though. Turn off instant bet there. I guess turn on instant bet, and we'll try to get $7 in profit from here. So our next profit goal would be like $35. We'll see how this goes. I'm just gonna keep running this for the rest of the video. So hang tight. We'll see if we make some more profit. All right, so it busted. We're gonna increase the bet size here. Go to 14 cents, high risk, add 2 squares, 0, 1%, and then 14, 14. And we'll rip it. All right, so it did bust again. We're going to increase this up to 28-cent bet, back to medium risk, 8 boxes, 0.5% on win, 0 on loss, $28.28, and run it back. All right, we busted again. So we're going to increase this to 56 cents, high risk. This is where it starts to get kind of crazy. Need something to come through pretty soon here. But we're up to $56, 56, and let's run it. So hopefully we get some good profit here. Bet size will start to get pretty wild on this 1% increase on loss. So let's lock in and hopefully we get a banger. Trying to hit that 800x, dude. Give me something crazy. Probably zero chance that happening, but pretty sick. Wonder what the chances. I guess I can't view it while it's actually running. But yeah, very slim chance. We'll be back in a few. All right, that rinsed extremely fast. We're gonna go up to the next bet size here though. We're gonna go to $1.12 and put this to 112. 112. I think the last time we did this progression, we actually hit the profit goal. So we'll see if we can do it again. If not, we'll only have like $100 left and it'll be cutting it pretty close. But yeah, we'll give this a shot, see if we can come back. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let's go, dude. We got $196 on that last bet. We had a $2.93 bet that paid out $196 in profit. Right before that, we also had a $32 profit. I thought we were about to bust, man. We were pretty low. We were down like $100. I thought we were gonna hit the stop loss and then have to do like the last strategy, which would have left us with like $100 in the balance up here if we had to go to that last progression, and we would only have like not too many bets because our bet size has been pretty big. That's sick though. This strategy's been cooking, man. We hit the 67x, so that's only a 0.11% chance of hitting. That's pretty crazy. And then yeah, hitting that 400 and 900 is next to impossible. But dude, this strategy's been doing so good. I think I'm gonna keep running this for a long time until we bust. But we just needed $50 today. We got double that, so we have $106 in profit. I'm gonna enter that in the sheet and we'll move on. All right, so day 446 was a win. We got about $4 in profit on the website there, so we went up 1.74% on the day. Pretty dang good, dude. We're cooking. We've been doing so good recently with the past couple big wins, getting above the profit goal, and we'll definitely take that all day. So moving on to day 447. This is back from April 6th. 2026, and we have some sports bets for the day. I track volume bets on Instagram. There's a link to his Discord page, there's a link to his Instagram page in my Discord server. I track all of his bets because he's good at what he does. So if you want to join the Discord server, you can tail his bets. I just tail his bets and then bring it down to my bankroll size. I guess bring it up to my bankroll size since I'm ahead of him. But yeah, we had three bets today on DraftKings, and the Michigan one was a futures bet. This one right here. So it was a pretty big payout, but that was a futures that just paid out, even though it was placed a while ago. So pretty good day of sports betting. But coming back over to the tracking sheet, looking at the different changes, we had $3 in bonuses between all the different days, between all the different apps and websites I use. And then you'll see that the website balance dropped down from $2,020 to $1,817. So this is back from last episode. I won like $1,300 with that Keno strategy. So I moved it over to the investment account. So you'll see the investment account jumped up about $1,300 there. And then I think that's pretty much it. Crypto went down like $12. Nothing crazy. We had $3 in bonuses, like I said, and then one new thing that I'm doing. I'm going to show you guys our investments in a second here. It's gonna be the final thing of this episode, but somebody suggested I try this on one of the last few episodes. But the point is, let me do this first. Let's drag this down so you can see. I have to adjust this real quick. Hold on. Okay, so I had to adjust some things since we moved money around. It tracks this, or the website balance. Shouldn't say the name. It tracks the website balance, so I had to like adjust some numbers here. So this all looks good now. But my point is, for day 447, we already made money from big sports bets, and that's pretty much it, I think, actually. So the sports bets covered the day, so you don't actually have to gamble today. We already went up 1.34% on our bankroll, which was $7,515. So going into the day there, we already profited. So you don't have to gamble today, which is good. Somebody suggested this on the last episode from when I'm recording this, so probably like 2 episodes ago for you guys. But I started this new column over here that tracks our sports bets, okay? So it's a little bit weird, man. Somebody suggested like, hey, how much have you made from like bonuses, gambling, sports betting? So like obviously we track, where's that? We track our total profit gambling. So it's $1,813. That's on the website specifically. So that's how much profit we made there. What I'm trying to do over here now is track sports betting. It's really hard for me to go the whole way back through the entire challenge and go through every single day to figure out the profits, which would take me probably weeks, if not months. So instead of doing that, I'm just starting with April and I'm tracking our sports betting profits because I really wanted to like I said, somebody suggested this and I feel like it's probably a good idea to track how much we make from everything, right? So we keep track of our investments, our basis, and how much we've gained on our investments. We track the gambling, how much we made on the website, profiting from gambling. We track our bonuses in this column here to see how much you made from bonuses. So sports betting is kind of the difference, but obviously like there's days where you lose and then there's days where you profit, and then we will profit sports betting and then gamble that money and lose it. It's kind of hard to track it like just by data going backwards. So what I'm doing going forward is basically just the way this formula works is I'm tracking the adjustments between all of the sports betting accounts. So for example, it would be these ones here. So these are investments, not our futures, and then this is the website. So the change from one day to the next day, what's the difference in the total change? And then since there's bonuses included in there, I track the bonuses though. So for example, like this day in sports bets I just showed you, this is tracking the change in all those casino/sports books that I use. Then I back out this number, which is the bonuses. So it's like the change in all the balances from those sports books minus the bonuses should give us our rough sports betting profit. That's kind of the way this works. So it's a very like close estimate. I don't know if this is like if we actually profited $98.74 from the bets I just showed you, but this is close enough. So that's kind of the way this works. And then finally, before we hop into the investment account, I want to show you this real quick too. So let me try to move this over. Okay, so it should look a little bit better there. So I showed this a few episodes ago. This is basically a very analytic view of how our bankroll should be allocated. So our website balance should be 10%, our crypto should be 25%, sportsbook should have 25% of our total capital, and our investment account in the stock market should have 40%. So this is where we're sitting at. Previously, we've been pretty off base. You can see the investment account's been pretty low relative to like the target allocation. Sports betting's been pretty high. Crypto's been pretty high too. And then the website balance is pretty close most of the time, but try to get this better on track. I think this is like, I asked AI for a good suggestion. I can't speak today, man. A good suggestion on how to allocate our balance, our total bankroll, right? Our total capital. So we're trying to get 40% in the investment account. That's why I moved over the website balance that we profited last episode into the investment account to that close to 40% there. And then our total sports books are pretty close. It's supposed to be 25%. Crypto is supposed to be 25%, pretty close. The website balance. This is pretty much on target. Since we got the big win last episode, I'm trying to allocate the money to get all of our accounts on pace. So that's kind of the idea with that. And then coming down to our sheet here, this is our graph. I did a little bit of adjustments since we're growing the bankroll pretty good. I guess I know I'm bouncing around, but I just got a lot of stuff to tell you guys. Let's do this real quick first. We take our ending bankroll from the beginning. We made $204 this episode, and 103 of that was from gambling. So we had another $100 basically from sports betting and some bonuses. So that's pretty darn good right there. Good increase on the episode. But yeah, coming down here to our graph, I did back this out a little bit. So I think it was at 8,000 last time, but we were getting pretty close to the top of the graph. So now it's 10,000, and yeah, I mean, this is that huge win we had last episode, and we're starting to go back up in the right direction, staying along that purple line. That's just like a estimated trend of like how we're projected to go. The gray line is if we got 1% profit every single day. So we're getting closer to that. Again, that's super unrealistic. I don't expect us to ever get a 100% win rate. That's like next to impossible, but that's the idea with that. So we're getting closer. And then this is kind of what I was just talking about. So the Bitcoin, we track our basis. This is all of our Bitcoin buys, same with XRP. So based on whatever's up in the sheet above, this, taken with the total value minus the basis here, right here, minus these numbers, would be our total profit in crypto. So that's the way I track that. We track our bonuses throughout the entire challenge. That's how much we had bonuses. Total days that we gambled is 406 out of the 446 days. And our win rate's about 72% of days that we gamble. And then this is the new section I added. So this is sports betting from April 1st, 2026 onward. So we've made $40 within the first week of April, sports betting. So I know it would be nice to track that throughout the entire challenge, but again, I really don't feel like going the whole way back through and tracking everything. But the bankroll still pretty small relative to where we will be. We're probably sitting like right here in terms of like where this challenge will end up going. So this is the timeline. If we got 1% profit every single day without losing, we're sitting like right here. So, tracking sports bets in this area won't be that meaningful, but those are the big updates. All right, and then coming over to our investment account, this is our portfolio we have in the stock market, and I wanted to show you that I placed those buys. So this is where we're sitting at. If you have not seen this in the past, this is our holdings. This is everything we have invested right now. I think this is actually showing, is that showing all time? I think it is. I don't know if that's our total gain, but we're up right now, I'm pretty sure, overall. So those are our holdings, though, if you want to just know what I'm invested in, explain why I picked these stocks. So it's like more of a growth, like aggressive growth portfolio. But if we go into, I think, holdings here, yeah, there's our cost basis. So yeah, we're up a total of 60% overall. Sorry, $60, 2% overall on the investment account. That's kind of the goal, man. Just grow a little bit in the background. Obviously, we'd like 10, 20%, but it's investing. We just started recently, so it's all good. Here's our investments. So I talked about this last episode. I moved $50 over from Fanatics into the investment account, and then after getting that big win on the website, I moved 1306 over, and then we made buys on Monday, which this is the days, or these are the buys we made. So it just buys whatever's value the lowest. That's the way M1 Finance works. That's why I like it a lot. You just put the money in there, and then it diversifies it into the holdings that are down the lowest, and it'll fill those up, and it will allocate that money into the best price pretty much, and try to equalize the weights of where your target portfolio should be. So that's what we did. But I just want to show proof of that actually investing that money, this is actually happening. These aren't just numbers on a data sheet that I'm just making up. This is all legit, really happening in the background. So yeah, I mean, February 24th, we started with $1,000, and now we tripled our account. I mean, not with growth, but just with investing. So that's the goal, man. We just want to keep pumping money into this, having this grow in the background. And we're really starting to get somewhere, man. We have a pretty serious capital, total bankroll, whatever you want to call it, going on. We got $7,500 about, and we're getting there, man. It's going to get pretty crazy pretty soon as long as we keep doing what we're doing. Got a long way ahead of us, but we already been through a lot already. So hope you guys did enjoy. It's gonna be it for this one. If you have any thoughts or suggestions, leave them below in the comments. Subscribe, like the video, join the Discord server if you're already in there. We'll be doing a community challenge in probably like about a month or two coming up, so looking forward to that. And there'll be information in the Discord about that if you want to hop in and join the challenge. So that's gonna be it for this one. Don't gamble. It's a losing game in the long run. Invest your money, do something smart with it. And until next time, take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. All right, peace.